Okay, I thought I'd do my last video from North Carolina outside, where I actually have a pretty nice view and some decent weather today. It's Friday, April 10th, and unfortunately tomorrow my wife and I have to drive back to New York City. I actually just finished a workout. I guess it'll be my last workout in North Carolina before the competition, and I just kind of did like a full body workout. I didn't want to hit anything too hard. I'm actually pretty tired. I thought this would be a relaxing vacation, but when I'm down here there's just so many distractions, I guess good distractions, things that I would rather be doing, and I actually probably don't get nearly as much sleep when I'm here as when we're in New York, because there's just so much to do, and you know, I want the days to last as long as possible, and I usually stay up way too late and get up way too early, and don't take as many naps in the afternoons and stuff as I had sort of intended to. But anyway, it's all good. I think I'm in a pretty good place despite, you know, having been gone for a week. I was able to keep up with my workouts, and I was able to focus on my diet and maintain that. And I think one of the things I was really excited about, you know, as far as coming down here, was just trying some new things on the menu and kind of thinking outside the box in terms of what I can eat. And I'm actually going to see if I can insert some photos in this video of some of the food. I sort of documented every single meal that I ate here, and I'm actually pretty proud of some of the recipes and things and how they turned out and whatnot. So anyway, having said that, I think when I go back to New York, I think the Monday I get back, I really think I'm going to try to buckle down and just really stick to a clean diet. And my dog is licking the sweat off my leg right now as I speak. And I guess by what I mean by that, you know, is not to say that I haven't been adhering to, you know, Jeff's guidelines while I've been here, and for the past, I guess, 7 or 8 weeks, you know, I've been sticking to the calories that he set for me, and I've been sticking to the carbs and the macros and things like that. But, you know, I think there's a little bit of leeway within that diet as far as what you can eat, you know, what constitutes a carbohydrate. You know, I think beforehand, before I started this, Jeff had kind of said, you know, as far as carbs go, try to eat whole wheats, try to eat sweet potatoes and things like that. And I think that's so you get some fiber and some nutrients and vitamins and things like that out of the carbohydrates. You know, and I have been doing that, but you know, I've also been taking some leeway. So Jeff said to get 2 fruits and vegetables, at least 2 of each fruits and vegetables per day. And I've been doing that for the most part. You know, I started off having like 2 bananas, and I usually do like a sweet potato and like green beans and stuff like that. So I think the vegetables are actually easier to get than the fruits. And part of the reason being is because I think I've started like substituting other carbohydrates for those bananas. So I'll still have a banana a day, but maybe instead of the second banana, you know, I'll have like a fat-free, sugar-free pudding or 2, you know, and I don't think that's a big problem, but, you know, truth be told, you know, the pudding is really just cornstarch, and I guess you're getting some sugar from the fat-free milk that is going into it. So you're not getting some, I guess, what I would consider good carbohydrates. So I guess that's what I mean. I think when I go back, I think I'm really going to stick to my guns and really try to just eat lean meats, which I pretty much have been, and brown rice and vegetables and sweet potatoes, and try to cut out some of, I guess, the crap, you know, some of the stuff that I've been really jonesing on, looking forward to each day. And, you know, probably like the Vitalicious cakes and stuff like that. Like, you know, those are pretty high in fiber, pretty low in sugar, and have some decent protein and very low fat, I guess. So I'll probably still try to do 1 of those per day. I mean, I guess I gotta have something to look forward to before I go to bed at night, you know, at the end of the day, especially because I think it's going to get tougher. And part of the reason being, I actually had the opportunity while I was here to drive to Asheville, North Carolina, where they have a Bod Pod at the University of Asheville. And I contacted the folks there, and they were really, really nice and said, yeah, come on down, we can do it for you. And I looked into it in New York City, and there are places, I think there's one Bod Pod at like St. Luke's or St. Roosevelt's Hospital or something like that. And, you know, it's really, I don't think that's even open to the public. And then there's like a commercial company that does hydrostatic weighing for the public, and that's like $300 a pop, you know, and I just thought that's crazy. I can't really afford that. So the University of Asheville actually kind of opens it to the public, and they were really sweet. They actually gave me a student discount, which they didn't have to do, but that was $25. You know, so I went in yesterday. I got in this little egg-shaped thing, and it's supposed to be as accurate, if not more so, than the hydrostatic weighing. And it's the first time I've ever had a body composition done, and I was actually really, really surprised by a couple things. One is that my weight was considerably lower than I really thought it would be. I think last weekend, I think before we left for vacation, I think I sent Jeff my weight. I think it was like 169 or something like that, and he kept my carbs pretty high this week, which, you know, I was glad about because I was on vacation. But the thing that really blew me away yesterday, because I thought my weight would be the same, if not maybe a little bit more, because, you know, I've been on that high carb kick, and I honestly don't think my workouts have been as strenuous or as long since I've been here. But anyway, my weight was 164.782 pounds, so I am considerably less than where I was, and I'm actually under that 165 mark, which was kind of a sort of a loose goal for me that I had personally set. You know, and I guess that could be a number of things. I mean, again, I know water weight factors in, and you know, I think it's also highly possible that my scale that I've been using in New York has been a little off. I mean, I've tried to keep that consistent. I haven't moved the scale or anything like that because I didn't want to like mess up the calibration. But I think the scale that they would have had at the university yesterday, because they're using that to weigh athletes and things like that for scientific studies, I think that is probably a lot more accurate than the one that I've been using. So anyway, I'm going to send Jeff that weight measurement, I guess, this evening. Since I'm going to be in the car tomorrow, I won't have a chance to give him my update on Saturday again. And I actually just took some progress photos outside with some hopefully decent lighting to send Jeff as well. The other thing that really surprised me was my body fat. My body fat percentage, because I've never actually you know, found out what it is, and I've always kind of gone on like people's opinions, and, you know, people can kind of look and compare you to like other people whose body fat they do know, and people just kind of make it a guess. You know, on bodybuilding.com there's always like, I think there's actually like a forum where people say like, guess my body fat, you know, and that's sort of the most accurate measure I've ever really had. But in this case, my body fat percentage came in at 10.2%, which really surprised me, because I thought I would have been around the 7 or 8% mark, and I know a lot of bodybuilders, the professionals, are shooting for like 3 to 5% or less for a competition. So I don't know how possible that's going to be. You know, I would certainly love to get into that 7 or 8% range that I thought I was in. And I guess I'm going to let Jeff know, obviously, what my body fat is, and see whether he's concerned, or see if maybe the next 3 to 4 weeks are really when you know, we're going to kick it into high gear and start, you know, limiting my my carbs and kind of upping the cardio and stuff. Which, incidentally, I'm actually, in a weird way, I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to the treadmill in New York, because the cardio here has just been so tough. I forced myself to get up and do cardio this morning after I did a bit of a leg workout yesterday. You know, the hills around here are just so tough. It's almost more of a leg workout than it is a cardio workout. But, you know, I did my half hour today. I burned, like, according to my heart rate monitor, whatever, like a little under 500 calories. So I guess that's certainly better than not doing it at all. But I'm kind of looking forward to getting back to that smooth treadmill that's a little easier on my joints, because, you know, the shin splints and my ankles and my knees and stuff like that, I think, are certainly kind of taking the brunt of that cardio workout that I've been doing. But anyway, just getting back to my little analysis here, I guess at 10.2% with the body weight that I'm at, I guess that means I have 16.787 pounds of fat mass, which would leave 147.995 pounds of fat-free mass, which I guess is like muscle and bone and organs and things like that. So anyway, it was just really fascinating, and, you know, they give you this little printout that you can take with you, and they kind of break it down, I guess, as to what that body fat measurement means for, you know, normal people that aren't necessarily competing or whatever. And there's like a little scale here, and it goes from risky, which is high body fat above 30%, to excess fat, which is between 20 and 30%, to moderately lean, which is between 12 and 20%, to lean, which is between 8.1 and 12%. So that's where I am. And under lean, it says lower body fat levels than many people. This range is generally excellent for health and longevity. So that kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, I guess if I'm 10 now and maybe I was at 12, 13, or 14% before, you know, I guess where I'm at now is realistically where I should be for maybe a little bit. Well, I don't know. I guess it's sort of right in the middle of that lean range. So I guess where I'm at now is maybe where I should be as far as having a healthy body fat level for the rest of my life, which is kind of hard for me to imagine right now because it seems difficult. I feel depleted, and maybe a lot of that's just mental. But anyway, it goes on from lean to ultra lean, which is between 5 and 8%, and it says fat levels often found in elite athletes, which is where I want to be. I want to be in that elite athlete range, I guess, for this competition if I can be. And then below that is another risky low body fat level, and basically here it says ask your healthcare professional about how to safely monitor or modify your body composition. So I guess in that range, you know, it's considered risky, you know, and I guess that's why bodybuilders and models and people like that get that low can't really maintain that for very long, because I imagine it's really tough on, I would think, your body system, your organs. I would think it would probably be very tough on your immune system. If you get sick, I think it would be really difficult to you know, to be able to bounce back from being sick. So anyway, I guess that's sort of a pie in the sky kind of goal, you know, for the professionals. But okay, I got about 2 or 3 more minutes before this gets too long to post on YouTube. And I guess the last thing down here that it basically says is your resting metabolic rate estimated, and this is basically the amount of calories that I burn doing nothing, just existing, is 1,763 calories per day. And then there's another little chart where I guess it gives you an idea of how many calories you should be consuming depending on your daily activity level. And for sedentary individual with my weight and my body fat, I guess 2,257 calories is considered appropriate. And then low active would be about 2,600 calories. Active would be about 3,100 calories. And then very active would be around 3,700 calories. So right now, I think Jeff has me around, I want to say it's like 2,640 calories on 6 days of the week on that sort of high carb regime. And then on that one carb up day, I think he's got me on like 3,090 calories. And to be honest, I feel like next week we can really start depleting a little bit more. And I don't know, I guess I'm going to kind of tell him, you know, how I feel about that. To be honest, the last 2 days, you know, I got to the point right before bedtime and I hadn't eaten all of my food that I had allotted for the day. And I was actually able to just forego it. You know, I think I had like another Vita cake and like a chocolate ice cream bar, like one of those low-fat skinny cows or whatever, and I just decided that I wasn't going to eat it. And part of the reason being, I want to start getting used to less calories now, especially if I'm not missing them, because I wasn't really like ravenous at that point of the day. So I guess that's probably for the better that I'm doing that, and hopefully next week we're gonna, you know, start restricting those calories and stuff a little bit more. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of check in with the results, and like I said, I'm going to see if I can post a couple pictures of the food and stuff that I've made on this trip that I'm kind of proud of. So I guess that's it. I guess the next update will be from New York, and you know, 4 weeks out, or roughly a little less. So we're getting there. I'm getting a little bit closer to that finish line. Looking forward to crossing it.